got there, Madam Mayor?
Look what finally came. It's an e-bike.
Oh my goodness. I know we've been kind of looking at these and looking at these, and then we just kind of stopped looking at these, and then finally.
Somebody reached out.
Yeah.
And the company is, I say, and Sky. But Brett says, and Ski.
It's probably and Sky.
So I don't know. But that's how you spell it.
There's how you spell it.
And I'm so excited to cut this baby open.
And what I like about it, and there's going to be a lot more to discover about it, but it's a folding bike. So instead of putting these on our bike rack to get damaged, because that long haul up to Alaska, the roads and all, they're terrible. And they did get damaged. They got all scored up so bad.
They got really. I thought there was going to be a hole in the frame of one of them. It got so.
Yeah, it got
whittled.
so rubbed up, and I'm not disappointed, but well, I guess I am disappointed that the bikes got that damaged. But we went through two bike racks, and they both bent.
And
one
now,
broke.
Yeah, and we still haven't even bought a replacement for that. And now, if this is a good bike, we're going to need to get Brett one too, because this is only one, which, you know, I always lag behind, so this will be good in one instant, but Brett would like one too. So if it's good, we're going to have to get another one. So
what I'm saying about the bike racks is I think we've learned something, and that there's two reasons I don't like the outside bike rack. One, well, they do save space. But the thing I don't like about them is that, let's say you got your bikes in tow, you went to the park, now you want to stop at a store, now you have to secure your bikes.
That's right.
So what I'm hoping with these folding bikes is that they'll actually fit in the back of the Jeep.
Yes.
And we don't have to carry as much stuff with us as we did before. That's what's good about having this homestead, is that we can leave most of our stuff.
That is going to make a huge difference.
And I think these two bikes will just fit in the back of the Jeep. So when we hook up the Jeep, we have our bikes with us already. And they're secured, they're out of the elements, and they can't get messed up. So that's the plan. Now I just hope that we like the bikes. I hope they perform well, and I hope they do what it is we're expecting them to do.
I do too. I'm so excited because there's so many trails that it feels like, especially at our age and being out of shape a little bit, that an e-bike would definitely allow you to go further into the trails.
Right.
And I mean, even in Key West, by the end of the day, I was like, I want an e-bike to get back home, because it was quite a ride still back after a long day.
Yeah, an e-bike and the Keys would be really nice.
I think it's going to make a huge difference, so I'm so excited, and I really hope it's all it's cracked up to be. Woo! Woo! Those are some serious staples.
I want to see if this just has to hold that for me. I think you can just pull these up.
Let's see the gym muscles in action.
There you go.
Bringing out the gold. Looks like it's packaged really good.
Yeah. Okay, we can cut zip ties. Oh, there's keys.
Some assembly required.
Oh yeah, there's lots of assembly, but I'm looking forward to the assembly. Here's something I don't know if the engineers thought about, but this is a nice tool, and these are socket head screws that require an Allen wrench, but you can't really, with this Allen wrench, you can't turn it inside the bracket to tighten it. So it's like, I got a better idea than this for that.
It's good in theory, huh?
Good in theory.
But not field tested.
Some of y'all may have seen me talk about this neat little tool in the other video.
That tool has helped do so many projects.
There's another one.
So definitely a good buy. Ba-bam.
Done. In fact, while I have it out, we can go ahead and put the rack on because I have this tool.
Okay.
A different size. So what's happening with this rack? Probably another engineering thing, not a big deal. This bracket hits the tube, and so it doesn't allow the holes to line up all the way. They're kind of catawampus. But if I can get this bent in more, I don't think this is something that once you put it on, you have to take it off. So what I want to do is maybe get a bigger wrench, and I can bend this in. Engineers, take note. That's it. It didn't take long putting it together, even with the extra little addition of bending this piece. It's probably, if you know exactly how to do it, it's probably a 10-minute put together, but it probably took us about 20. Well, hey, good morning, guys. We're here to do this real quick review on this NuSkin electric bike that we got. It's the S700 series, the Spark. I have test driven it and a little bit and fiddled a little bit with its features and played with the toggles and whatnot. And I'm going to tell you, we really like this bike. In fact, we're trying to negotiate for a second bike. We may end up having to buy that second bike, but we're still working on the manufacturer to see if we can't get a second bike. So what we like about this bike the most is that it folds up.
Yes.
That's a huge feature for us. Because as you know, in the other videos that we did with our bikes up in Alaska, we had them on the bike rack and we broke 2 bike racks and the bikes got all scored up. They're bad. They still function fine, but the paint is scratched like all get out. So anyway, this bike, we've been wanting an electric bike for a while, and we were looking at them, and then we just kind of stopped looking, and then just went with the regular bikes because you get more exercise with those, I think. But we're very impressed with the bike. Now this is a kind of a mid-range bike. This thing retails for about $1,100 bucks, give or take. And right now they're offering a special where you get several accessory items for free with the bike. One would be the cup holder. Now this don't come with it. This is our cup, but the cup holder, a rack, a front rack, and
A phone holder.
a phone holder, which
they did not
they
send
didn't send
with
us a
ours.
phone holder, but you do get a phone holder with that. So we'll just start going over the bike real quick. Your battery pack is right here under the seat, so you just tilt the seat. There's a little lever in the back. You tilt the seat up, and you can pull your pack right out. If you'll hold that.
Do you have to do something with the key?
Yeah, just unlock it first. I had it on. So it just lifts right out. So the battery comes with this double set of keys here. And you do have to have the keys to operate the bike because you got to turn the battery on. I had the battery already on. I forgot to turn it off. That's why it wouldn't unlock. But anyway, So the bike folds. So you flip a lever, push this down, actually you pull it out like so, and it will fold in half. The other part that will collapse is this top handlebar assembly and neck will collapse. So when you have this thing folded, this whole thing will fold right up against, so you have the tires right next to each other. Also the pedals also collapse and fold. So we're real impressed with the folding features, number one, because we don't want to have to transport this on a bike rack because of a couple things. The racks, we haven't found a good bike rack yet. So we don't want to put this on a bike rack. We want to secure it, for one. Let's say you're in a shopping center, you go inside, you have this on a bike rack, it's too easy to steal and they cost too much money to have stolen. So we want to be able to put it inside the Jeep. So this folds up and fits nicely inside the Jeep. Now, with two bikes, it'll be tight. It'll take up the entire space of the Jeep, but I do think they will both fit.
And we're going to be heading to Florida for a little while, so we would like to have two bikes so we can do lots of trail riding, because there's a lot in Florida to see.
There is.
And when I lived there, I didn't have time for that, so now as a tourist, we will.
Yep. The seat's fully adjustable. All the way up, all the way down.
And all the adjustments are so easy, as you saw, just a quick flip.
Mm-hmm. The seat is spring-loaded in here, so it does have a little give. The frame does not have a rear shock, but the seat does. And then the front has two shocks. Well, it has, you can stiffen the suspension by turning this knob here. You can stiffen it or you can loosen it depending on what surface you're riding on. So you have two adjustments here for your front forks, and that's good. What I like is the oversized tires. So these fat tires, as you can see, are good for hard surface riding, and they're also really good for light off-road riding. I say light because you got some bikes that are designed for extreme off-road, and they'll have more shock system on it, and they're going to be a higher end bike, more expensive bike. But for the purposes of what we're going to be doing, light trails, walking trails, and bike trails, this is perfect for us.
Here's what I like, that you can easily just step through.
That's another feature.
That is so nice. I love that.
Yep.
Because sometimes you have balance issues, or as you get older, it's a little bit harder. But for any age, that's nice just to be able to step through.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the step-through feature is also very nice. You have a 7-gear derailleur. It's a Shimano, if I'm saying that right. I believe that's Japanese made, and they make good derailleur systems. It's a 7-speed. So right up here at the top, you can shift it down, or you push the button to shift it up. And you can definitely hear it click. Like that's 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th gear, 7th gear. The kickstand is heavy duty. It's on this other side of this bike, but you just kick it up. It has a rubber boot on the bottom of it. It's very firm. It's spring loaded. You just kick it up or put it down.
With your headlamp.
It does come with the headlamps on it. You got a headlamp. You got a tail light with signal, left and right turn signal. The signals are a little bit hard to see in the daytime, but I think they're set up to be seen at night anyway. So for your night riding, I haven't done any night riding, but at least it has the turn signals, so it's a little safer to ride with traffic if you're on a road.
The fenders are nice.
Yeah, the fenders are nice to have in case you're riding through water or it's been raining. It doesn't spray on the bike or on you. So it's got a nice heavy-duty fender for the wheel wells. I'm just trying to think of what else to say about it.
They do have accessories that you can order. They have baskets that go on the front and back. They have mirrors, which I wish it would have came with. but you have to order those as an accessory, so that's something we'll be looking into.
Right. So we'll want to order probably a second bike. They do have the 2 colors. I forget what color they call this, but
They call it beige, but it looks white to me.
it looks white to me, yeah. So we'll probably go with another white one because the other option is a black bike, and I think the colors just stand out. So we'll get another bike. It'll probably look exactly like this one. We do want to get 2 mirrors so we can put mirrors on this one, 2 sets of mirrors. And I think I'm going to opt for the rear saddlebag.
Yeah, there is a saddlebag accessory also.
Right, I think that would be nice. So one of the bikes needs a saddlebag, and that's how we will differentiate between the 2 bikes.
And we'll have to put phone holders on them.
Yes, but I think 1 set of saddlebags will suffice for our trips.
Yes.
And it's very easy to pedal. It's also very comfortable. I'm 5'11", not overly tall, but average, I guess. And it's set up for her, but our legs are about the same length. And I can feel the spring in the seat. I can feel the spring in the front shock. It's got rear brake, front brake. Oh yeah, the brakes. It's got independent front and rear disc brakes, both. Front and rear disc. So that's really nice.
It goes pretty fast too.
Yeah, top speed they say is 30 miles an hour. But of course, if you're going downhill or if you're pedal assisting, it'll go a little faster. But I think 30 is actually pretty scary on a bicycle going 30 miles an hour.
It's more than enough for me.
It's more than enough because you're going to be on trails with other people, and you got to be able to stop. Going 30 miles an hour, you're going to have quite a stopping distance. You come around a curve and hit a group of people, you're going to have to stop.
How do you think it goes up the hills?
I think it does really good up the hills. Now, I had it at the house, and there's a couple of steep hills. The boat ramp hill is pretty long and steep, and it went right up that in 2nd gear. That's about 10 miles an hour. And then there's another really steep hill. I went up a guy's driveway, and it's super steep. It's even hard to walk up it. Now, it did not go up that hill, but that hill probably has an incline, probably like that. It's ridiculous. But as soon as you come off his driveway, it starts to taper off, and it's still an incline, and it went up that just fine. So we did find its max, what it couldn't do, but you can put any bike on a steep hill, and it's going to have a hard time. That's a hard hill to walk up.
I did notice there's a big difference between the 1st gear and the 2nd gear, or the pedal assist, however.
Yeah, so let's talk
about
that a little bit. If you want to grab the camera and bring over here. Gotta turn the key on. So we're going to go over this display a little bit. Now, I don't know everything that's in here, but you have a trip odometer, you have an odometer, max and average speeds, I think is what that is. You have your battery indicator up here saying that it's full. Right now we're not moving.
Sorry for the glare.
Yeah. PAS stands for your pedal assist system. So as you set this, I can push up and down right here. Up, increases the number, down decreases the number. As you go up, it goes up to 5. Now, what that means is it will pedal assist up to level 5. Level 5 is assigned a certain top speed. I think is probably 30 miles an hour. So you'll have pedal assist all the way to 30 miles an hour. So for us, we're probably mostly going to be using 2 and 3. There seems to be a big gap between 1 and 2. Like 1 only goes a few miles an hour, and then 2 steps it up another 10. So there's a pretty steep difference between 1 and 2.
I wish there was something in between there.
The 2 needs to be reeled back a little bit, and then maybe 3 reeled down a little more, and then 4 just even less. Space 2, 3, and 4 out a little closer to 1 is what I would say for the engineers in this video. But hey, it's just a minor thing. You just need to know that when you if you touch these pedals, or you turn this knob right here, so it's not a thumb throttle like a lot of ATVs are. This is a turn. So your hand stays on the grip and you turn it. So when you turn it, it goes. There's no real slow takeoff with this thing. It takes off. So I'm going to put it in 1 just to demonstrate. But also if you start to pedal, the power assist is going to kick in also. So I'm only in power assist level 1, so it's not going to go top speed very fast, but it's going to take off. And you got to be ready for it to take off. That's another little feature. It could ease into it a little better, but it just goes. So that's top speed of 1. This time I'm going to take off on a power level assist of 2. And you're going to see how much faster it is. So if you'll just follow me all the way that way, you'll see the top speed of 2. And it takes off really fast. That got up to 14 miles an hour on level 2. Now with the hand throttle, you can slow down. You can slow it down. But the hand throttle is very, you barely have to touch it. It's very fine. So it's a matter, I think, of just getting used to it. And I don't have other bikes to compare it to, but we're really pleased with the bike. It does respond. It does do what it's supposed to do. The braking system is phenomenal. If you lock both of these up, which if you're a motorcycle rider like myself, you know that 75% of your braking should go to your front brake, but not exclusively. 25% goes to your rear brake. The reason for that is because you don't want to flip over your handlebars. So you want to squeeze 75%, 25% when you brake with both. Sometimes you just need a light tap, you know, or something to slow down. But we're really impressed with the bike. What we like most about it is that it folds up, it's easy to ride, it's easy to set up and take down. You have 2 folding joints that fold and collapse, and it goes right into the back of the Jeep perfectly. It's safe, it's sound, it's secure, it's out of the elements. I think the NuSkin bike is a very good, I think it's better than an entry-level bike, but it's not a high-end bike. But it's got everything that we want. I think it's great. I think for us, for the people on the go that want to travel with a bike, this is a great option.
It's a great value. And I think right now they are offering $100 off, and you get the free phone holder, the free water bottle holder, and that free front rack.
Correct.
So I think the price comes out to $950 with that discount.
Mm-hmm. That's an e-bike with accessories for under $1,000, and that's pretty hard to find if you're looking at them. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean,
I can't wait till we get a second one and we'll be hitting the trails and making lots of videos. That's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be fun because now you can take those longer trails because now you have some pedal assist.
Yes.
So it's not all pedaling.
It is going to allow us to do so much more, and it's also going to be in line with our new fitness plan to help get in shape. So it's going to be a really fun season.
And these battery packs, they come right out. They weigh a little bit. They weigh probably, I don't know, about 15 pounds, I would guess. 12 to 15 maybe. But they can be charged on the bike or off the bike. There's a separate cable that comes with them. And there's a little door right here, and you just plug it in right here and it charges. And when the light turns green on the charger, it's ready to go. There's also a light indicator on the top that tells you if it's charged. And it also tells you on here when you're hooked up to the bike. Right now we're not hooked up to the bike. But it has a nice little carrying handle, well, it's not spring loaded, but nice little carrying handle. So then you just slide the rail into the groove here and it goes back down. And right here is a locking pin. When you turn the key, it locks the battery onto the bike. So then you can take the key out and your battery's locked in. No one can take it. That's a neat feature. So I really can't think of anything about this bike I really don't like, to be honest. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot of riding with it. I would say just getting used to how fast it takes off. But I like the design, I like the functionality, and it's perfect for us because it folds up. That's the biggest thing for us. Folding bike. Fits in a tight space and you can put it away. Love it.
Yep, looking forward to hitting the trails this season.
I think we'll go get a second one ordered up, see if we can't get it coming.
Yeah, before we hit the road real soon.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the fold up feature and show you how it goes into the vehicle. How simple it is. Now, we're not refined and practiced and well rehearsed with this, and it is an easier job to do with 2 people, but Theresa's holding the camera. So here I go. It doesn't matter really which one you do first. I guess we'll do this one first. Make sure you got the pedals in a position where it's not going to scratch everything up.
Now this is something I could not do myself because that looks a little too heavy.
I've taken the battery out so it's a little lighter, but it's a little bit, but it's manageable. I'm sure there's a trick to doing this that makes it easier. I think if you pull back and just use the wheel to push it in.
You'll get better over time. Now that's only the second time
that I've ever done it.
of it being loaded back there. And here's about how it sits in there.
So I do have the battery down here, but I think I can move this over and up into the hole, or if I turned it around and put the tires in first, then there's more room behind the speaker box. So I think you can get 2 bikes in there. It'll be tight, but I got moving blankets. You'll roll them in there and put the bikes in there so they don't scratch up each other. I think it'll work.
So it's a win-win.
That's the plan. Pack them up. So Madam Mayor, how do you like this bike?
I love it. I'm looking forward to all of our adventures this season on it. So if y'all want to follow along and see how much we're enjoying these bikes, make sure you subscribe to Madam Mayor's Adventures and tag along with us on our adventure.
Sounds great. I'll be there.